On the outskirts of Colombo, a rocky hillock rises sharply above the surrounding lowlands of Kaduwela. Thousands visit the temple here every year, but few notice the two inscriptions carved into the rock face below the drip ledges. Fewer still can read them. This is the story of those two inscriptions, early Brahmi texts carved into the rock face of Korathota Rajamaha Viharaya, dating back over 2,000 years. The complex has several caves, natural formations in the rock face, each modified for monastic use with a katarya, the Sinhala term for drip ledge, cut across the brow of the overhanging boulder above the cave entrance, so rainwater runs clear of the opening below. Where you find katarya, you find monastic habitation, and where you find monastic habitation, you often find inscriptions. Korathota Rajamaha Viharaya has both.
Before we read these inscriptions, a brief word on what they are, because Brahmi inscriptions in Sri Lanka follow a very specific pattern.
If you followed the Hela Nomad journey into the origins of writing in Sri Lanka, particularly the video Before Ashoka, tracing the earliest evidence of the Brahmi script, you'll know that the roots of the script on this island go back much further than most people realize, appearing on pottery shards as early as the 5th or 6th century BCE. But what we see here at Korathota represents a different chapter, the era of early Brahmi cave inscriptions, dating to roughly the 3rd century BCE through the 1st century CE. This was the period when the script moved from small personal marks on pottery to permanent records carved into rock faces across the island. These inscriptions were carved into the faces of caves by donors who were gifting those caves to Buddhist monks.
The language is Sinhala Prakrit, the oldest surviving form of the Sinhala language. It predates long vowels and conjunct consonants. It is, in a very real sense, the language of the people who built this island's first Buddhist civilization. And the formula is almost always the same. The name of the donor, their status or lineage, and the gift, the cave, offered to the Saṅgha of the 4 quarters, present and absent. Agata, anagata, catu, diśa, śagaśa in Sinhala Prakrit. That phrase, the Saṅgha of the 4 quarters, present and absent, is one of the most beautiful in all of Sri Lankan epigraphy. It means the gift was not for any one monk or one monastery. It was offered to the entire Buddhist community, everywhere, for all time. Now let's explore the 2 inscriptions at Korathota Rajamaha Viharaya.
Inscription number 1103 in Paranavitana's Inscriptions of Ceylon Volume 1 reads, Maharajaha Jita Mahabhya Lene, agata anagata catu diśa śagaśa niyate. The cave of Mahabi, daughter of the great king, is dedicated to the Saṅgha of the four quarters, present and absent. Let's read this word by word. Maharajaha Jita, daughter of the great king. The donor is a woman, identified first by her lineage. Jita, daughter. Maharajaha, of the great king. She is a princess of the highest royal blood. The king is not named in the inscription. Paranavitana, in his introduction to the volume, conjectures that this unnamed Maharajaha may have been Mahasilu Mahathis in Sinhala, Mahachuli Mahathessa in Pali, who according to the Mahavamsa and Deepavamsa, ancient chronicles of Sri Lanka, reigned from 77 BCE to 63 BCE, but he is careful to call it a conjecture. The stone itself does not tell us. Mahabi, the great lady. Paranavitana reads Mahabi as her name. In his introduction, he notes that Abi was used as a title for daughters of kings and princes. The Sinhala Sillipi Vadan Akaradiya, the Dictionary of Sinhala Epigraphical Words by Professor Sirimal Ranavella, gives Abi as wife, lady, princess, derived from the Pali Ambika. Maha is the intensifying prefix meaning great. Mahabi then is the great lady, a title that was also her name, and she gave this cave to the Saṅgha. That act has lasted 2000 years. Lene, the cave, the physical gift itself, this rock face, this overhang, this place of shelter. Agata anagata catu diśa śagaśa niyate, dedicated to the Saṅgha of the four quarters, present and absent. This is the formula that appears on nearly every early cave inscription in Sri Lanka. The Saṅgha of the four quarters, the entire monastic community in every direction. Present and absent, those who are here now and those who have not yet come. It is a gift without limits, not to one monk, not to one monastery, not to one generation.
Inscription number 1104 in Paranavitana's Inscriptions of Ceylon, Volume 1 reads, Parumaka Śumana Puta, Parumaka Śumanaha, Lene agata anagata catu diśa śagaśa dine, Manapadaśane nama. The cave of the chief Śumana, son of the chief Śumana, given to the Saṅgha of the four quarters present and absent, is named Manapadaśana. This inscription carries more information than the first, and one detail in particular stops you in your tracks. Parumaka Śumana Puta, Parumaka Śumanaha. Chief Śumana, son of Chief Śumana. The donor is a chief, Parumaka, named Śumana. His father was also a chief named Śumana.
This is a local ruling family. 2 generations of the same name, both carrying the title of chief. The inscription is their family's mark on this hillside. Unlike Mahabi, who identified herself through royal descent, Śumana grounds his gift in local lineage. He is not from the capital. He is from here, from this area, this community, this rock. Agata anagata catu diśa śagaśa dine. Given to the Saṅgha of the 4 quarters, present and absent.
The same formula as the first inscription.
The same universal dedication. What changes is the final word. Manapadaśane nama is named Manapadaśana. This cave has a name. Manapadaśana, which can be read as the pleasing vision or beautiful to behold. It is the name given to this specific cave recorded in the inscription itself. The brackets around Manapa indicate that portion of the stone is damaged. Paranavitana reconstructed it from what remained. Named caves are not unusual in Sri Lankan epigraphy, but they are not the rule either. When a cave is named, it tells you something. This was not just a donated shelter. It was a place with an identity. A place that mattered enough to be called something. Those of you who watched the Dhulwada video will recognize that name. The principal cave at Dhulwada, donated by Chief Shiva, son of Chief Pavita, was also named Manapadaśana. The same name, on a different rock face, in a different part of the island, from roughly the same period. We don't know if there is a connection. Perhaps it was a common name for pleasant cave sites. Perhaps there is a story we no longer have access to. But the echo is striking, and it is exactly the kind of detail that survives only because someone thought to carve it in stone.
Two inscriptions, 2 donors, 1 rock. Dating back to the early Anuradhapura period, between the 3rd century BCE and the 1st century CE, Korathota Rajamaha Viharaya has been a place of practice for over 2,000 years.
The monks who sheltered in these caves are long gone, but the letters below the drip pledges remain, in Sinhala Prakrit, in Early Brahmi, in stone. Mahabi, daughter of the great king, gave this cave to the Saṅgha. Chief Śumana, son of Chief Śumana, gave this cave to the Saṅgha and named it Manapadaśana. And 2,000 years later, we are still reading what they wrote. Thank you for joining me at Korathota Rajamaha Viharaya. There are many more stories waiting. This is Hela Nomad in search of Helis.